Hello and welcome to my October 24th video update. I learned back in early September or thereabouts, that it's possible to schedule the publishing of one's YouTube video, so I can upload several videos and have them published at a different time. And that was perfect because, in fact, we have already been on our trip, the one I've been talking about in the last couple of videos that I was getting ready for. We actually left Virginia September 26th and spent about 6 days or so in Rome. And then we got on a ship and came back on a 15-day cruise to Fort Lauderdale. But that allowed me to have videos still come out every week, and that was one of the reasons I cut back to just one a week. And so what I want to do today is to talk a little bit about several topics, and then I want to go into them in more detail in a future episode. The first thing, what I packed in my bag was really kind of perfect, except that I didn't really use all of the things that I had because this turned out not to be much of a photography vacation at all. So I used my iPhone an incredible amount of the time. I did use my EM5 Mark II with both lenses periodically, and I had my Passport Pro Wi-Fi drive in our cabin in the ship and in the apartment we rented in Rome, and it was running all the time, so I was able to upload the videos and pictures that I did make. Okay, so that's that. We'll talk a little bit more about that experience in another episode. The second thing is that I have become incredibly obsessed with a new technology that I mentioned in an earlier episode, and that's 360-degree video and photography. It was something I thought was kind of a gimmick. I didn't think it was really anything that could be useful for me. But before we left on our trip, I had ordered the Insta360 ONE. It's a $299 consumer 360 camera that's really excellent. It has great software built into it. Its only drawback, as far as I can see, is really that you can't format the SD card, the micro SD card that goes in it, inside the camera. You have to use a computer. So going on a trip, for example, I got a 32 gigabyte micro SD card, had it formatted properly, and figured that would be fine. But it's a very neat camera, and it is a fascinating technology, really. So I'm still delving into this. It's still kind of in its infancy. It's not in its infancy as a technology, but it is a consumer technology. I think it is still somewhat in its infancy, and software tools just haven't really been developed to the full extent yet, although there are several. We'll talk about that in a future episode. I have created another playlist for a series on 360 videos, Bill's 360 videos, if you look on the main page of my YouTube channel. And I'll be uploading experiments, and just as I was doing and getting started with the regular video, it's really to show the mistakes I make, to show the successes I have, to help anybody else who, like me as a newbie, is getting into or interested in getting into this whole 360 video and photography arena. So it's really a cool thing to explore, and I encourage you to take a look at it. And the third thing is that while I was on this trip, I came up with an idea for a future course that I want to offer. And it has to do with mobile video storytelling and helping charities and member organizations train volunteers on how to use smartphones to create their own promotional material, 1 and 2 minute videos. And that's going to do it for today. 2 old topics, 1 new topic, and things that I'm going to be working on in the near future. And I hopefully can get back to 2 videos a week. Thanks again for tuning in. Goodbye.